All right, welcome into lesson 22, major scales using sharps. So we've talked about how to build our major scales using our whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half pattern. And if you remember that, we can start on any note and build up a major scale using that exact pattern. There are a few tricks that we'll talk about today to help remember things rather than just relying on that pattern, which does take up a little bit of time. So if we can speed up that process, that's always a good thing. All right, so we're going to start on C. I know C doesn't have any sharps or flats, but we're starting here. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. No sharps or flats for our key of C major, but we're going to go up to the fifth scale degree, which is G. And then let's redo this starting on G. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So think back to our whole, whole, half pattern. G to A, whole step. A to B, whole step. B to C, half step. C to D, whole. D to E, whole. E to F. E to F is a half step, so we need to make that space bigger. We're going to raise that up to a whole step there. F sharp to G, now as a half step. So G major has one sharp, and that sharp is F sharp. Remember our order of sharps. Fat cats get down and eat burritos. Okay, so we went up to the fifth scale degree from C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which gave us G. Let's do the same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's D. D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Count up whole steps, half steps. D to E is a whole step. E to F is a half step, so we need to make that bigger. F sharp to G, half step. Cool. G to A, whole step. A to B, whole step. B to C, that's a half step, so we need to make that bigger, increase the distance. Whole step. C sharp to D, half step. Okay, how many sharps? 2 sharps. What are they? F sharp and C sharp. Boom, boom. 1 and 2 in our order of sharps. Starting on D, D, E, F sharp, G, A. Okay, now let's do this starting on A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Ledger line up to A. Count up whole steps, half steps. A to B, whole step. B to C, that's a half step, so let's increase the distance. C sharp to D, half step. Very nice. D to E, whole step. E to F, oop, that's a half step, so we got to increase that. F sharp to G, half step, so let's increase that to a whole step. And G sharp to A is a half step. Count the number of sharps. 1, 2, 3, which would be an F sharp, a C sharp, and a G sharp. 1, 2, 3. Up top, fat cats get. So let's look at this in a different way. In a circle of fifths. Start at the top, C, and we're going to go to the right. What's the fifth scale degree of C? C, D, E, F, G, G. What's the fifth scale degree of G? G, A, B, C, D. It's the fifth scale degree of D, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp. And I'm going to change colors here so we can get a different view. C has 0 sharps. G has 1 sharp. D has 2 sharps. A has 3 sharps. E has 4 sharps. B has 5 sharps. F sharp has 6. And C sharp has all 7 sharps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we know our scales and we can find the fifth scale degree, that will add 1 sharp to the preceding scale. So if we're in the key of G, G has 1 sharp. That 1 sharp is F sharp. We go up to the 5th scale degree, which is D. D major now has 2 sharps, and those sharps are F sharp and C sharp. All right, another way to look at this, if we're working from our key signature, 2 sharps. So what if we don't know exactly, or it takes us a second to remember how many sharps 2 sharps is, what key signature, or sorry, what scale and key signature those are related to? Here's a trick. Look at our last sharp, which is C sharp, and we're going to go up a half step. So a half step up from C sharp will be D. C sharp up to D. D major has 2 sharps. Let's look at another one. You can always go to the last sharp and up a half step. 4 sharps. Not sure what that is. F, C, G, D sharp. Go up a half step, right to E. E major has 4 sharps, and those 4 sharps are F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp. Order of sharps. Okay, final thing to remember, the order of whole steps and half steps. Whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Always gives us our major scale. If we're looking at key signatures, we go up a half step from the last sharp. Fat cats get down, and A sharp, this is our last sharp, we go up a half step right here to B. B has 5 sharps. That works for sharps. We'll deal with flats in an upcoming video.